What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play 7 as Flashpoint. We've got to start off, a procedurally generated battle strike mission here on this Let's Play. We're running it for our secondary gunrunner, Diego. Due to the fact that we can kind of hard focus one of our gunrunners, there's a chance he's not going to be all that useful for us long term, but he's paying pretty well, which I'm happy about, so that's going to be pretty useful. The only thing to really bring up here, I mentioned in the last episode, we cannot get +1 Merc until we get a transporter contact. That'll take a while till we can unlock that. Would be nice if we get it, we just don't have that really. We are going to run our full combatant squad. We have a gunslinger, we have a soldier, we have a sniper. Only one we're missing really is a cyber sword, which we'll bring in when we can finally get that everything upgraded enough that we can hire one, and as well as bring Phreak on a mission. Otherwise, we've got our nice level 2 sniper rifle. We've got kind of cruddy revolver and pistol here on our gunslinger. He's going to be good enough as it is. And we've got our soldier back in, who's going to be ready to rock with the urban assault rifle and the, for now, upgraded SMG. Going for, somewhat unique things per slot. And again, the challenge run is a decline to use the talents that I think are worthy of a nerf. Anyway, we're in just short of enemy contact. He wants this done quickly, so let's wrap it up already. Well, in that case, we are almost done here. Try to get clear the entry point. It's exposed to the Free Street compact, and they might try to catch you in a pincer by reinforcing behind you. This is actually a valid reinforcement point. Well, fire at will. We are going in. Must eliminate all enemies to achieve victory. Reinforcements are already inbound. You cannot play loud. You count as spotted. They all count as alert. 3 dots and exclamation point means they are in a combat-ready state. I do want to point out, though, that I do have leverage. I bought the armor reduction passive leverage. I can also buff crit chance for a turn as well, which is, honestly, I'm just going to pop that now. It's probably worth it. All right, we got to take a lot of stock what's going on here. So first of all, reinforcement points in the map are diegetic. So a door like this is a reinforcement point. An elevator like this is a reinforcement point. If there's a door or a ladder, yeah, there's a ladder here, this is a reinforcement point. This is just an empty room, so if someone spawned here, that would be a mistake. There's obviously an elevator here, that's a reinforcement point, and there's a door here. Okay, so, yeah, I don't see anything else, so it looks like, again, on our left flank, on the right, kind of above us, but otherwise kind of in front of us. So for the most part, they're going to be spawning largely in front of us, and if they do spawn here, we can kind of separate them, use this wall to block things out. Should be kind of reasonable. No matter what, we're going to burn Tactical Surge. That's kind of always going to be obvious here. I'm going to double check my talent allocation because it's been a couple of days since I played last. Yeah, so other than Link Watch is going to be pretty solid, Gun Cut is going to be solid, Called Shot's going to be pretty solid, but, Hold Up and Thrown Bullet are stealth only. That's going to be kind of useless. We've got decent Iron Grip here. We've got Run and Gun at least learned. We've got Crosshair Locks. We can get like a decent opening attack here. Splat Pad as well to get even better full auto. That looks, half decent here. Rhino's got Death Watch. She's got Nest. So if we can get her into one spot, that's safe. There's going to be a lot of bonus damage. We don't have Empty Lung, so Nest cancels on movement, which means I really want to try to get her somewhere where she doesn't have to move. That's going to be a little bit tough, be the fact that these are pretty open sight lines, and I can't guarantee the guards can't see us, so that will be a little tough. Sorry, my throat's being annoying. I think it's going to be hard to get them to funnel in without being able to shoot us, so that'll be a bit of a challenge. Alright, so there's no point in waiting for most of the guards to move, because they're all going to be in attack range already. Okay, should be good. So I gotta take the fight to them. I'm thinking I would maybe want to start with my sniper, because she's going to have clean sight lines right now for these two. If I yield, I can go down below to 16. That would be reasonable. So I can yield. Yeah, if I yield, delay, Rhino gets to go first. That's going to be kind of playable. So I'm going to start with that. Or I guess it's delay, yield. Okay, well, either way. We're going to have her start. We're going to... Her being in the open kind of sucks, but I'm not sure I can stand anywhere better. So I would like to be able to shoot 3 of these guards. Which means if I go here... Right, if I go somewhere like this, I have pretty open sight lines. And that way I can get this guard. I can try to get to a spot where I can shoot this guard. Yeah, I can, like, try to get all the way over to here. As it fights me and tries to get around this guy. It's like, I can try to get this guy in line of sight. And that gives me pretty good angles. Still has this guy, which is pretty good. I'm going to double check the gun's range. Yeah, it's optimal range at 18 to 35. So this guy's actually going to be kind of annoying. She's already at 18. That's going to be no problem at all. That's going to be pretty much no problem at all. Worth noting that his armor is reduced for now, but it's still relatively high. I do want to kill the captains while I can, while the armor's all reduced, but if I can't reach that, it's okay. But yeah, I just want line of sight as many people as possible. So Sorry, geez, maybe my throat will clear up one day. But I think here feels pretty appropriate because I have line of sight on 4 people, so I can get kind of a lot done. So let's start with this. Let's pop in a nest. The pure damage upgrade should be pretty helpful. So, yeah, one-shotting a free gunner. Have a chance of killing the grunt captain. That guy's not terrible. That's not terrible. Alright, I'm going to start with a skull shot and get my action points right away. Who's the best option here? I guess, yeah, you're being obstructed, which is kind of annoying. It's going to be you because we can't hope to AoE you otherwise. So let's go here. Let's hope we get the 60%. Okay, there's the kill. So we get the action points back. We can kind of do more on this turn. Recoil's not horrible as it stands right now, which is good. I think Nest should be blocking... No, not yet. There is the ability to block some recoil, but it's not on this. Okay, so I think I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to go for these guys in the middle here. Nice, there's a second kill. Good job. And then it's going to be a little bit tougher to kill this grunt captain, but I think this is one of my best chances to go for him, so let's try. Okay, we finally missed. And then with our little bit of action points left, it's going to be really unlikely, but we'll try here. Wow, that is really fortunate. So the fact that I landed 3 of the... Well, I landed 2 of the 3 rifle shots, which is about expected. Revolver was obviously pretty lucky, but that is a huge opener here. So that's pretty sweet. Just double checking their stats overall. Yeah, okay, nothing special. Alright, so now I got to do the next thing, which is still kind of clean up this side of the map. Tough thing is I don't have a ton of spare action points. And the fact that this guy never died means we have to... Well, we can probably hide away from him. He's far enough where with... I guess they're both the same guy, but SMGs don't have the best range here. And so, like... Right. I'm trying to think of... You know, if he, like, gets to here on his turn, right? This is location. This is 14 meters. That's going to be relatively accurate. And I think, you know, him spending 5 AP goes to maybe here. If he's, like, around here, let's say it's this. Yeah, it's 18 meters. If you're looking at the sniper, it's closer to, yeah, it's still 18 meters. Okay, that's yeah, pretty dangerous. The nice thing is you have a sword and you have a sword. So you guys actually cannot reach me to deal damage. Neither can you. You're far enough away that you can't get around this door in time, and you're gone. So you're the only actual combatant. Unless we get too close and that this character becomes a scare. But I think realistically, let me check some ranges here. Right, so 19 meters optimal, 22 max range. I don't mind shooting at pure max range here then. Like if I shot from right here, which is like barely in range, it would be fine. But I don't have a reason to not be a little bit more aggressive here, so I'm going to run all the way up to here. I'm pretty much safe, right? No one else can easily reach me. I mean, you can, but we can cover this with Overwatch or something else. I'm going to throw down... I'm tempted to throw down marker sights for accuracy right now. I really want to have as much of a sort of alpha strike here as possible. I need to kill you and then delay to let the rest of the guards move forward. So it's basically, I need these 2 kills at all costs, and then everything else is like relatively safe. So I'm going to, you know, weaken you up. And I'm going to go ahead and burn Crosshair Lock. Let's see, I have 5 action points. That's enough. Yeah, so I can Crosshair Lock here. So it's going to spend 1 action point. I'm going to get a bunch of accuracy and crit chance for 1 attack here. So that puts me at very accurate and very good damage. I am tempted to Iron Grip now for a bit of extra damage, and I think I will. It's going to waste some of his recoil regeneration, but I really want the bonus damage here for this, because I want to see if I can one-shot this guy. So, get a little bit more damage as a result. We get the crit, which is awesome thanks to Crosshair Lock. And because we have 1 action point left, I can go here. My recoil is not amazing, but it's not terrible. And so, best thing we do is just take the shot and then try to clean up with the rest of the team later. He missed, it's okay. Again, relatively safe here. No one's going to have a clean line of sight because these guys are all melee. So I'm going to run out here, and it's going to be revolver time. And I'm thinking we'll start with... Well, actually, so if I start with Called Shot, I'm guaranteed a glancing hit. And then, because I've attacked once, I'll get Focus Fire, and I'll negate this recoil. So I think opening with Called Shot is correct when I have slightly worse accuracy, because I'm guaranteed a glancing hit. I think it actually was a glancing hit. Yeah, it was a guaranteed glance. But now I have 75 accuracy, or 74. So it's still not a guarantee, but it's looking a lot better. And that's pretty much going to guarantee the kill if it lands. And it does. It's even a crit, so massive overkill, but at least they're gone. And then at this point, again, sword can't reach, and no one else can really make it. We'll just double check. Yep, fine. 3, 4, yep. We can wait for all these guys to go move. So I'm going to go ahead and just spend a delay. Okay. The captain is being safe. Understood. Melee's going to run just straight forward. Sure. Free gunner is going to pivot to cover, so yep, stops there. Makes total sense. You should be able to reach us. You will get pretty close. You should be out of AP now. Indeed. And then you're going to make as much forward progress as you can as well. I do like that, as far as I can tell, the voice lines, or the barks, I should say, do appear to directly line up with their actual choices, which I'm a fan of. I think it's always very silly when you yell cowards and you're like actually running away. Real Saiyan energy, you know. Alrighty, so I'm thinking full auto on these two is pretty reasonable. You're a small concern. I think you can get out and have a shot with AP to spare, so I want to probably move at the end of the turn if possible. But you're late enough that everyone else can act, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable knocking this guy down. He's obviously in a position of endangering me. So this is going to be decent full auto. Yeah, you're slightly less out of optimal range, but it's not that bad. 2 shots here seems fine. We are getting... Okay, you missed all... Well, both, I should say, shots on that guy. We try again on the full auto. Accuracy is more medium. We are critting up a storm. This is amazing. And then, honestly, I'm going to have to end my turn by hiding. Because... Well, let's see. You're going to get 16 and I want to wait for you, I think is actually correct. I want to have you act. Because we're all hiding up well enough in cover. We've got to make sure you move. Oh, actually. Right, so you're not going until he moves, and he can actually get line of sight on you, I think just barely. So I'm going to run up to here. And I'm going to hit look ahead just for the -2 initiative. Oh, I'm actually... Wait, do I not reach this? It's going to be close. Barely, okay. The -2 drops him to 16, and ties go to the player, so we just barely got him to go after our soldier. That was pretty fortunate. Alright. Well, cleaning up should be no problem. Reinforcements thankfully come in a pretty safe spot. Keep your heads down. More enemies incoming. Indeed. Okay. Double checking some ranges here once again. Revolver has a min-range of 5. Pistol's a min-range of 6 due to the scope of the pistol, not one on the revolver. Probably should switch that, but oh well. So now the question is, who's going to take what job? I still want to leave her standing still with Nest, if at all possible. So I can do a short yield here and just let her pick one off. In fact, I'm going to go for Rapid Ready so I can get the reload off this. Didn't get it. Okay, well, we're a bit useless. It's reload into Overwatch is going to be the play then. We're only going to get one shot here. And let me think, who's going before whom? Okay, yeah, so these guys are going earlier. Yeah, these guys are going early on in the turn, so we're going to Overwatch, make sure we clip this door, and probably don't let them be behind cover, so stopping around here seems pretty functional. So whichever one comes out first, that'll be one shot coming through. With the sword, I think this is reasonable, just knock this guy out. We're going to wait for everyone else to run forward, but this guy has to die, so swipe 1 is a full hit, I think. Swipe 2. And it's going to take my entire turn, but at least you're gone. Actually, was that glance hit? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I was glancing for 150 and then actually hitting for 200. But at least they're gone. Our crit chance buff is gone. That's why we're getting all the crits last turn. We had the crit chance buff. Their armor's still down for this turn. Only counts enemies who started on the map, so these ones are not debuffed. And they are relatively tanky. Well, these two are anyway. A shotgunner and a captain. Alright. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the turn for the CK. And then everyone else can basically just wait. I'm going to have this guy spend 1 action point getting back into cover here. And whatever he does, we'll act around that later. Alright, so you guys go have fun. You're trying to get into range. And an Overwatch. And that is 1,000 damage. Okay, you're going to be able to get a shot here if you want. Okay, he chose to keep running. I think optimal play for him would have been to stop 1 AP short and take an attack, but the game was in our favor there. You're out of AP. So, yeah, they're all going to advance, which makes total sense. The initiative drops by 2, thanks to look ahead, which is helpful. And then, yeah, they're just all running to get into range. These guys are all very short range. They can't really prioritize that much else. Alright, so I would like to be able to gun kata this. If I run out to here and gun kata, it'll be good damage on these two. I can spend 1 action point going right back to here, which is okay, but not amazing. But I should also be safe from his counterattack. So I don't think I'm actually too concerned. Well, this does cost me quite a few action points just to get into range, but I think it is correct. I can do it. No, I can't really do it from there. Okay, yeah, so the goal is... I mean, I don't think it's from here. Let me check my ranges again. So, 18 and 25, and... Yeah, okay, so if I'm here, right? That's not close to 18 meters. That actually is going to be way too horrible. So if I go from here, I'm going to go as far forward as I can. 20 meters is playable. 19 meters is playable. Yeah, it's decent for gun kata. So we're going to go for that here. We have 2 charges. That's decent enough damage. Or decent enough chance to hit. Okay, not bad. So I could choose shoot pistol, which is looking playable. I could even use flush to lower the armor further, which... I want to save flush for this guard, or maybe even that one, to lower the armor by 10%. I think there's some decent value in doing that. Again, I don't actually think I'm in danger of standing here as long as I can manipulate initiative. Unique is going first so far, unless this guy really high rolls are going to be fine. So I think I'm willing to take that risk. Even if he walks forward, he'll get -2'd by this. So we can just say, screw it, go for damage. I think it's actually playable. We'll go ahead and hit... I think I want to dump damage into this Grunt Captain while the armor's still debuffed. So we'll just shoot here. Guaranteed glance. I'm not going to bother with flush, because I think we'll finish the kill. Okay, decent damage there. Final Grunt Captain runs forward. And he should be out of action points here, judging by what everyone else was doing. Alrighty, so... You're going at 13. You're going at 16. We can totally reach you. I want to get into range for a good use of the UAR. So ideally... Yeah, so the ranges are kind of tight here. So if I back up to, like... I'm trying to get, like, this person in the line of sight, but it's getting really blocked here. I think the best I can do is something like this, where I'm running pretty far forward. I still... Oh. No, I still have to kill this captain, though. Before the armor is unshredded, this captain has to die. Like, it's just the best use of our damage. So I'm just going to shoot like this. It'll be pretty decent. And then we'll just have to make sure we clean this one up, which shouldn't be too bad. Okay, wow. It's a pretty good high roll. And then... I have a couple options here. You're going pretty late in this turn. The sniper is a decent shot on you, probably. But this is a... It's like, we can run over one step and get one shot in. Which is probably really worthwhile. Like, go to here, shoot once. Well, I want to get within 5 meters, though. So I want to be here. There we go. If it's under 6 meters, you get guaranteed glancing hit. So run down to 1 action point. This actually also pops run and gun, which I always forget about. But if you move after attacking on the same turn, you get a decent buff until the end of next turn. So I'm going to be really powerful for next turn as well. I have to remember to use this. I like really often forget about this talent because it's just not in my like mental space. But it is actually pretty decent. It's a solid buff. All right, well, turn 3 starts. This person's going first. Yeah, it's the only one going before our team at all. So I can play pretty aggressively here. And the goal is probably going to be... I actually can't do that much. I can only full auto once and then I'm forced to reload. So it's basically spend 1 action point, deal what damage we can. Because, right, if we have the ability to hit more than 1 target, we should try. We're really fortunate that we shredded there. That's really helpful. I want to give somebody +1 talent charge here with rewind. Since I'm not in range to use my sword, I don't have enough action points to reload. I have nothing else that I can do except use consumables and buffs. And I think what I'm going to do is put rewind here on my sniper so that she can cast Nest again. I'm going to walk back over so that we have... I want to make sure we have clean lines of sight. Okay, so here's the risk I'm willing to take. If I think for sure my team cleans these kills up, I can stand in the middle of nowhere and, you know, not worry about it. The other consideration, though, is I want to make sure that my sniper can actually shoot. So I don't want to block her line of sight. But if I stand somewhere like this, if I stand there, I'm not blocking my sniper. It'll be fine. So I think that's correct. Someone else can clean up this melee character, and I can hide and be safe, and it's very reasonable. These people are no longer debuffed by look ahead, but I don't need it this turn, be the fact that we're already all going before them. So let's end this turn. Decent initiative roll. I still have the buff on. I still have run and gun. And I still want to use the Urban Assault as much as possible to go full auto. So if I go to here, I try to turn off magneting. There we go. If we go to here, I think the coverage here is solid. The range is good. We should kill this one no problem, and this one's going to be really likely. Or at least we'll get really good damage that we can clean up. Oh, no, wait. We have to cut down the... we have to cut her down. So I'm going to, again, try not to waste ammo if I can. We'll just use the SMG. Down you go. Cost me a fair number of action points, and the tough thing is I'm not really in great range anymore. I've only got range on 1 person. Oh, I'm so dumb. That wasn't the person. I'm absolutely griefing. It's not hard to know. I just did it wrong. Alright, well that was dumb. Alright, well, here... Oh, this is going to be really awkward, actually. So... I mean, it's my own fault. So I do want to spray on this guy. I also want to use Overwatch. I also don't want to block my sniper's line of sight, so that she can get multiple shots if at all possible. Can I get to that cover with 1 action point left? Will the game... I don't think it'll count as cover. Yeah, it's going to mag me over, but it's not going to count as cover because I'm not really in cover. What I could do is basically run very far forward and shoot 1 bullet with 1 action point. It really exposes me to counterattack, so I have to be really confident my team can clean up. But I am, in fact, confident my team can clean up, so I'm going to do it. This is a little risky, but I think it's correct. Alright, so I have 1 action point. I'm going to Iron Grip to get my recoil back, because I've got a ton of recoil right now. In fact, I got a guaranteed glance thanks to this being an SMG. So I think we just send it. It's enough. And I think it's now correct. Actually, let me double check the actual single target damage here. So the Urban Assault goes for 215. The SMG goes for 144 plus 34, which is actually really similar. And the baseline accuracy is almost the same as well. So I think it's actually my best use of Overwatch is to Overwatch here. Just in case things go wrong. So I have line of sight on only 1 person at a time because, you know, they're behind each other. I'm going to put Nest back on, and then this should be a pretty decent shot. Odds are high it kills, we get it. And then, of course, Skull Shot is back. And I'm going to pop it just because that way I can use AP to reload right away. Actually, well, I could Rapid Ready. And then save Skull Shot for a bigger turn. Basically, this is... So, what I'm thinking of basically is... Hey, here's a turn where I can kind of reset. I expect reinforcements on turn 4. Let's be full power and ready to go for the next turn. So I think Rapid Ready lets me end the turn with full ammo and like ready to shoot the next person who comes around. Unfortunately, I missed, so the turn is over anyway, which means Egress has to finish this out. I think it should be decent. I mean, keep in mind, we still have Overwatch here. So this shot looks pretty good. Yep, okay, cool. So now I can spend some time reloading. I did not need the Overwatch after all, but it was good to be safe, I think. And so now we kind of play the guessing game of where they're going to come in from. I'm just going to stand against a wall and we're going to find out. Same spot. Good news for me. More enemies incoming. Sure thing. Okay, well, we've got another Z Rusher. So, standard power level 4 person with a bat. We still got another Free Gunner, which is the basic grunt type of this faction. And then a Z Edge, which is basically just... similar but with a sword instead of a bat. But you can see a little bit less health and whatnot, so nothing too scary here. As long as we're out of range of Sprint plus SMG, which is basically him taking like 1 step back, I'm happy to let the guards have their turn. We can all happily delay below 10 and be totally fine here, so run a step back, take a delay. I'm going to reload no matter what here. I'm going to reload no matter what. It's definitely not correct for me to have done that. I should always wait to see what the situation's going to be. Like, there's a world where I somehow need to run up and swing with my melee weapon exactly once, as unlikely as that actually is. And, okay, they're advancing up to about the cover. This should honestly look pretty decent, though. So, plan is, once again... Actually, this is a pretty good time for marker sites here as well. I know it's only these 3, but look, it's area of effect. It's got a really nice debuff here of evasion and crit vulnerability. These hits look really good as a result. I don't need to use Splat Pack because all it gives me is minus recoil and wider firing arc, none of which I need right now. So we just take the shots. They look really good. Thank you, level 3 Urban Assault Rifle. Unique can't do much here. She can run up and take a shot, basically. I'm going to delay behind Rhino, though, since she is the most inflexible. We're going to open with Skull Shot here. I should aim at one that I'm guaranteed to kill, so that we can keep the train going. But Skull Shot gives the action points to reload and keep shooting. So, big crit. Must reload here, and then I get one more shot, and I figure, let's just take the easier one. It is, like, a lot of overkill damage, but to me it makes sense to just get the sure thing. Maybe that's wrong, but whatever. So here, because you're in cover, it's a really good use of Flush. So, hit or miss, we get to get rid of the cover. So that 25 reduction is going to be gone in a sec. We hit anyway, but now the action is going to be really, really good here. Yeah, 88%. Yep, nothing from the cover. We've got no recoil thanks to focus fire. We've got debuff evasion thanks to marker sights. Just going to be a really, really easy kill. And we're looking pretty good. It's over. The FSC are done. Don't discount him yet. I want the team clear of the kill zone in full guard. Let's move. All right, well, successful there. About a 20-minute mission, so we'll try to add something else to the episode. Oh, they were holding onto that stretch with their teeth until we kicked them in. They bled to hold that concrete, but it didn't do them any good. I'm impressed with your strike team. Even dug in and fortified, the FSC couldn't hold off a Cyberknight's team. So he's happy. He gets his 20 influence. He gains trust. Trust, by the way, if it's negative, they won't offer their services to you. Some contexts start negative trust, but you still know them. But otherwise, it is a baseline multiplier on mission pay. So I think I have like 12 trust with them or something. So I got like 12% more money due to this, which is pretty nice. Solid XP. Pure combat missions give more XP than optional stealth missions. Takeshi's new name is now Protocol. That's a pretty cool call sign there. Ryan is leveled up. Cool. So our combat squad's looking pretty decent. That's nice. I'm kind of glad to have an A team and a B team. We have enough money to keep upgrading the base, which is good. Barracks is full, so I would have to upgrade it to make room for new characters at some point. That's fine. I can do that. I want to dig out more rooms. I want to upgrade the cold storage. I'm going to need to eventually upgrade this nano scrubber, but for now it's fine. I probably should have saved some money for crafting more weapons. That was a bit of a mistake. We could build out a revolver. We've already built the first shotgun, and we've got a lot of snipers here. I literally could not, via the rules of the challenge, use more than one sniper rifle, so a lot of these are not useful. Like, I could craft this, though. It would be decent. I could potentially replace the SMG, though I'm not going to. Crafting a pistol is actually decent, but it's too expensive right now. Well, not quite, but I'd probably add a blueprint. I'm not sure I would, actually. I think I might just craft it straight up. Okay, let's craft a pistol. So I'm getting basically 6 hours per red token. We'll just craft it for the biggest discount we can. Actually, we're a little bit low on blue tokens, so I will actually use as many reds as I can. Right here means I didn't get the price to increase, so this seems like a pretty good combination of red and blue. So we'll craft our first pistol here. We're making the sure shot. It's going to be due relatively soon. And this gives us time. So yeah, Puppet Master is going to be available in 12 days so that we can try to time that with Co-Conspirator. And with Origami Joe, he does have a mission coming up relatively soon. But yeah, it's not going to force him to limit break without him getting influence as a secondary. So what I'm going to try to do is, I'm not sure I can delay this mission by 12 days, like enough. It's kind of unlikely to work, but I'll try that. Before then, we'll do class training. I have the talent limit up, so we're going to get Atomic Stutter here. And from here, we'll fully invest into Rewind, and then when the talent limit opens again, I'm going to go up here and grab Steamroll, and then immediately juice this. That should be pretty decent here. Our Sniper can train up as well, which is good news. I do want to further improve Nest. I also at some point want to grab Fleeting, but I can't right now because of the talent limit. Obviously, Quiet Kill couldn't do anything in the previous mission. Fleeting wouldn't either, but I'd bring her to a stealth mission once in a while. But yeah, these are dead talents if you're playing only in combat missions. Still, though, at some point I want to go to Empty Lung, and I have to get there through Fleeting probably. It's faster pathing overall, so I have to wait for the 7 and 8 point talent limit. Quiet Kill being done is cool, but what I guess I'm going to have to look for is making Nest better. It felt like I had pretty good value on the duration. Like, in that I would get use out of plus duration here. The other option, though, is getting 5 Ballistic as pure. The minus recoil is actually useful as well. Like, this is 10% more damage. This is equivalent to more like 4% more damage. So, hey, dual 14% more damage during Nest is a pretty good use of 2 points here. Like, for each point, I should say. So that's actually quite good. So, +1 turn. Yeah, I'm going to take the extra damage here on Nest right now. I think it's actually pretty reasonable and worthwhile. Okay, well, let's see if we end up going too fast with Joe. We'll see what happens. Influence limit break. Wait. Oh, yeah, okay, I can't use it because there's no pip there. I was like, hang on, I'm not allowed to do that actually, right? And yeah, I can't. So, unfortunately, well, let's see. I don't have a lot of value for favors with this guy. Right now, there are no, like, actually good gun runner, like, leverages. So, favors are kind of useless, which means I'd rather use them to upgrade his true services, which is hacking drugs and combat drugs. And there we go, hacking drugs level 2. So, we'll grab that, make my random safety save. And if we look actually at the market and the items we can buy, and we sort by only things that he can sell, we unlocked B2 juice. I forget if turco juice is part of this level or not, or it's automatically here. I could have gone back to an earlier save and checked, but yeah, we get to skip ice reactions so that we can take on relatively hard matrix hosts and not get ruined by you know, really nasty trap ice and stuff. My last challenge run was not using any consumables, so I'm looking forward to actually getting back into using this stuff and having a stronger opinion of how good this stuff is overall. Anyway, again, the time is going to be ticking forward. We have a CPU spike at some point, but what I want is... Ooh, okay. Yeah, so right now you have no good services. They've actually said on their Discord really recently that a lot of the high-end power plays are going to be locked to contexts such as corporate VPs. So for those who already know a lot of stuff in Cyber Knights, there are 3 power plays right now. 2 of them give weapons, 1 of them gives a set of drugs, and they're basically tied to your gun runners and like other contacts that don't tend to bloat your contact list, if that makes sense. But there's a bunch of content they basically just like set a 0 to a 1 and turn them on in the game. And those are, as far as I can tell, going to be locked behind other power plays, and they're waiting for the right time to drop them. And from what they said on Discord is that like those are going to be like, one, that's like how you get some of the best gear in the game. If you can't find crafting materials, you got to like power play limit break into getting access to new stock. And again, according to what they've said in the Discord, that well, the really good stuff is going to be, or you know, maybe some of the high end stuff they're going to add, something like that, is going to be actually tied to being, you know, some kind of high up S tier citizen like a corporate VP. So long term, these actually could be quite useful, but right now they have no content attached to them. So for like in this exact moment in time, 4 weeks before actual launch in early access, corporate VPs are like kind of useless contacts, and that again will change at some point. So anyway, she can buy some item blueprints for me. That's fine. It's a good source of money. Of note, so blueprints that are epic or legendary sell for influence. Ones that are not only sell for money. And so if I say, hey, well, don't get rid of my weapon mods and armors to show me items. Okay, I do have this that, you know, someone theoretically would buy, but it would give for influence I don't want to do. But all of these I can just sell for money. And so I can sell these Dazzler blueprints and feel pretty good about them and make a ton of money. That's, you know, all these things were like pretty high level and, you know, tough. Like these things I could have sold, but the other ones were all, you know, really expensive and I couldn't offload them. So the next consideration then is, do I want to go for another round of gear upgrades? I guess I'll wait until there's a mission on the docket, but I will probably buy some weapon mods or something. Alright, I got a line on where a gang is kicking some loot. They're siphoning off of Warner Braun. Perfect target for a scav raid. FSC is ripping them off, but they're running out of places to stash their stolen loot. Alright. And it's free. We've got another raid. So it is due in 11 days, which thankfully is after Puppet Master's cooldown. So the great thing is, let me double check actually. Okay, it doesn't really matter. He's going to get 20 influence in the mission. And it's not something where he's going to get more influence for secondary. So I can just rip this and it's going to be totally fine. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to let the bodyguard thing proc. I'm going to let this craft be done. I'm going to go and like rush this raid as fast as possible. And just, you know, throw on 2 missions into this episode. So the clean room is upgraded. We can build our SimStream trainer. Great. Trainer is going. These will be detox. This will be counter intel. Hacking station I can finally use here. Buff my hacker with minus health, but other positive things. We can increase the damage. We can reveal where things are, but I can use other leverage to do that. Like I can go in here and just buy Matrix Snoop. Okay, cool. So they changed this recently as well. They finally made Matrix Snoop and other things like this scale price with mission tier, which is good because 10k was an absolute bargain. And so they finally prioritized this one and said, okay, it's time. This to me is still worth it for the peace of mind and lack of cybernetic damage you're going to take, but this is a much more appropriate price. Also, because her favors aren't worth 45k, I can't cash in a favor for this. I have to pay for it with cash. If I had a world of like, oh, well, I can actually, you know, print favors as character, they owe me or something, or I have, you know, some leverage over their head. Them getting a higher power level would say that their favors are worth more and are thus worth more money when you're trading in. So it's like, oh, I actually would really like to raise her to PL3 and mint favors, so that way I can get Matrix Snoops for not 45k, because that like eats into my profits. But I'm gonna take that. I think it's worth it still. We're gonna be running the, most of the quiet team again. So let's go ahead and swap our loadouts around. Our upsell is going to be on the functional gunslinger setup. And of course, you're still on this. We have to switch one thing around, looks like. You got to give you a... We'll give you one of the pistols. Alright, we got to wait till it's crafted. When this is crafted, we'll put that on. Alrighty. Right, so the plan is... Let time tick forward. Okay, Dancehall needs me to play bodyguard to help remove one of her carriers to safety. Got critical data I need to move, but I can't trust that the network is secured. You know all about it. I think we've had this dialogue before. I think we've had an earlier bodyguard mission on this this current Let's Play, but in case not, this is why CKs were created. And it could protect data. So, feel free to read your heart's content. It is a procedurally generated bodyguard mission for a very useful contact because she sells cyberdecks, and that's really, really helpful. So, she's influence 20. This mission is sadly not going to give influence as a secondary objective. It'd be great if it would. It'd probably be worth 30 or even 40% if we could have gotten another limit break. Not going to be the case here. It's fine. Again, the goal is still to run down the crafting timer. I don't know. Oh, the cold storage upgraded, right? Alright, so money's getting a little bit tight here. I think we're okay for now. I need to bump the nano scrubbers. I'm going to start cryo cooling. Let's finish this. Okay, pistol is done. We've got a family problem. We'll do that next episode. But now that the upgraded pistol is done, we can go ahead and do the Merc prep work and come in here, and I'm going to have you replace this with the brand new pistol. If you want to compare to the old one, it is a direct upgrade for accuracy and more than 20% increased damage. Pretty big deal there overall. I'm going to, take mods off of the other pistols here. I probably could sell a few, to be honest. And then, literally I could, only by the rules of the challenge, ever have two pistols in the first place. So let's sell another one here. We'll equip you. Actually, we can sell the other sniper rifle since we've got... Yeah, these are all illegal. I can't use these, so we can sell these off for money. Could have done it sooner, but I'm doing it now at least. Alright, so the goal is equip the pistol, put on the silencer, put on the optic. Haven't bought any body mods. This is reasonably useful. 4 actually 3 recoil is worthwhile. I should actually buy this, so I'm going to. And I'll equip it. So we've got a really high quality pistol now with great baseline accuracy. We'll save this as the basic assault rifle layout. There we go. Alright, so we'll try to run it quickly. This is going to be the team for our extra mission. Actually, yeah, you've got a silencer on. You've got a silencer on. Do you have a scope on this? Yes, you do. Okay, that's fine then. I'm not going to silence that gun. Everything looks pretty normal. Yeah, okay, let's run the mission. I could have looked to see if I wanted to use the field ops center for leverage, but oh well. Well, we're here on our own dime. Let's go make some money. So, I want to get all the loot that I can. The map layout is kind of strange. So we have exits over here and over... Okay, wow, these are odd exits, but sure, okay. I'm going to report that as a minor bug, so I think it's a little bit silly. I could call it a... yeah, okay, fine. Call it feedback. 2 exits are directly next to each other on... And this... Oops, wrong button. This map is called A12 Sea Platform, which I think we actually started our Let's Play on, actually. It was like our first place. A12 Sea Platform. Mission type, raid. I think it's kind of silly. I'm going to go through and move on. But because of the pathing here, the fact that we have to exit way up there. Where's the report window? There we go. Yeah, because it's to exit way up there. We're gonna have to end on this side, which means we're gonna start by running backwards. Also, I can't believe there's no one in eyesight range of me. That's actually wild. Well, let's make, measured progress. I'll take a few steps forward. There we go. I was like, there better actually be guards here, by the way. But I think I'm gonna do like a little bit of sprinting And I don't need to kill these guys, right? I just gotta grab this loot and get out. So I might just heavily... It's actually risky to do so. I'm gonna try heavily splitting up. And so what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of path prediction. Ooh, I can't do much. Okay, well I can catch you at least. Yeah, you're chilling, and then you might patrol, so I might have to care about you. The problem is, if you actually are patrolling toward me, I have to kill you, and that's gonna make things kind of awkward. But I also want to make forward progress as fast as I can. So I'm going to choose to play this mission pretty risky. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm going to make that choice anyway. And I'm going to like basically run up here and rush my hacker to the Matrix host and kind of split up 2 and 2 and have the hacker get this stuff done with the EX covering him. Yeah, here's the problem, is this is not the easiest to deal with. So I'm going to have you... Let's see. Oh, in fact, you would even see us walk in. You would see... Okay, so I need to use my gunslinger to make this better. Oh, I don't have a gunslinger, right? I have the Scourge. Your initiative is only 13, so it's not that bad, but... what I'm going to do is actually see if my hacker gets spotted on the way through. And the thing is, I know he's going to get spotted technically, but he's going to get spotted enough is the question. So here's the thing. The way that enemy vision works is... You have to be in their vision cone for long enough for it to register. So for example, right, let's look at this path, right? This path walks in the vision cone for a fraction of a second and gets back out. And this will not register to the guard as fully noticing me. It should be short enough that nothing comes through, like nothing comes of it. So we're gonna, place that bet. Watch the vision cone. Fills up a bit, comes back down because I got right back out of vision. Yes, guards are nearsighted. It is what it is. There's, no good medical coverage here. Also, it's kind of at night, and I'm pretty sure she's wearing sunglasses. Yeah, she's wearing sunglasses at night, okay? I'm blanking on the name of the artist that made that song. I apologize. Still, though, she's a big fan of 70s? Sorry. Whenever that song came out. So because she hasn't seen anything, we're not in an immediate rush here. I don't have to go for hard kills. But I think and the thing is, I think it's more important that we cover this side and make sure that we're safe over here. So the plan is going to be basically walk up like this, as awkward as it looks here, edge of vision radius, and throw down a bunch of poisons so that she's softened up and we can just take the kill next turn. So we know a little bit more about a few more guards. We can Toxic out this way and it's going to be totally fine. We can Venom Trap. And if I can bounce it, it'll be good, but it's not going to bounce far enough. So if she walks forward, she catches it. That's not ideal. I mean, I just can't throw far enough, right? It just doesn't throw farther than guard vision range. So you have to hope that you can get behind them, and obviously I cannot. So I guess we save Venom Trap then, and don't bother waking her up. There's no real reason to. Sucks to waste some tactical surge action points, but oh well. You're just going to be done here because I mean, I could throw a Venom Trap and hope that he runs into it. I think it's actually not an... Oh, wait. Can I get a sick bounce? Possibly. Like, can I bounce it off this pillar and launch it at this guard? I'm going to try. It's not giving it to me. So it's looking a little bit unlikely. Can I bounce it off this stuff and get it to hit the guard? Basically, it doesn't really... The game is just very player generous, and it doesn't completely respect physics. But it allows you to do some really fun things and get stuff you don't deserve. I think ultimately we're just going to throw it and hope that this guard runs into it. And it just is what it is. It's fine. Okay, you're done. Wait, what? Wait, is Venom Trap loud? Hang on. I don't know if there's a bug or not. Wait, Venom Trap is loud? I threw a Venom Trap and guards reacted as though they heard gunfire. IDK if this is intended. Okay, that is new for me. That has never happened to me before. Maybe it's an intended change. I don't know, but they can make that declaration. But yeah, they reported gunfire from throwing a Venom Trap. Which, yeah, up until today, for me, has never made noise to guards. We'll see what they say. Either way, for now we're waiting. I'll make as much forward progress as I can while not being in vision. Looks like that is going to be fine. And we'll just open up and probably take this kill out next turn, no big deal. Unfortunately, right, because there is a report of gunfire, someone's going to be sent to go looking. That'll be unfortunate. It is what it is. Tox Cloud catches 1. A little bit of free damage. So because of reports of gunfire, it's going to probably send someone over. Yeah, so Sai has been sent. Now, you were... You're here. So you've been told to investigate this location. You might run this way. You probably run that way. Looks like, yeah, you also heard the gunfire. So they also may choose, like, on their own, individually, these guards may choose to act as well. So you're still standing still. Yeah, so because you're not a danger, I'm just going to wait to see what you do. Just play really slowly here. So here's the tough thing. I can't walk at a melee range without getting wrecked by Tox Cloud. And if I go shotgun, it's going to be really loud and a lot of people are going to hear, right? 3 people are in your shot range right now, and it gets larger. The closer I get to in range, now it's going to be 4 people. I don't really want to wake all these people up. Because I don't have the damage to kill them, actually. Now, if I'm confident you're not going to catch me, I can, like, run here and duck. In fact, if I duck first, I can get to here and not get spotted, period. Because this counts as cover, and you can see with the yellow highlight means ducking makes you not get seen. So that is kind of a risk I'm willing to take here. And then wait for him to walk up, and I think he's likely to not deal any real damage. I think you hiding there is fine. I think starting to hack is fine. The host is revealed. It is interesting. I haven't seen this layout in a little bit. We load all the normal stuff here. IO is a lot tighter because we have higher level programs here with Deception 2 and whatnot going on. AP cost and connection use is going to be required. We have Active Ice. We know there's no traps because we scanned. It was already revealed that we scanned, so we know what's here. Tally, unload programs. Yikes. Gotta kill those, of course. There is a chance it's going to be a really awkward set of passive ice here, so I'm going to do this anyway. That's fine. Oh yeah, we also have a stronger security AI, where it's 40 to an escalation now, so progress is a bit more aggressive. This could be plus AP and can't load programs, in which case I would have to leave. I would have had to have left. So I chose to be risk averse there. Lots of stuff on this one. That is going to be pretty annoying. I'm really tempted to null op. They only have 60 or so health each, and this null op should be doing more damage than that, thanks to the combined overclock buff. So with this node being really gnarly, I'm just going to say screw it, run over, null op. Most of it's gone. I'm not going to load any cyberdeck programs. So yes, we got an escalation. Yes, we got, hit. But this is the only trap. I get to take the download. As long as I don't load programs in its face, it's not a big deal. I've got 40 IO, so I can deal with whatever's here. AP cast connection use, not a big deal. Load this again, gotta kill it. Scan, we see a much more, I will say, favorable set of nodes here. And I'm gonna go ahead and risk whatever's here. I can't load disarm, but not all the possible traps are bad. Yeah, it's a loaded program, so it's like, oh, well, knock you down, scan for neighbors, and I'll have to, like, walk back next turn to load programs. Actually, with 2 charges of scan, I can go here. Null up costs 0. There's a chance I don't kill everything here, but I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to see what happens. So I'm going to run over, hit the null op, lost some protection health. Yeah, so unfortunately, I can't go all the way because there's this trap here. So I will have to step back. I'm going to go for a second scan here because I can. Okay. I can't spike it until this thing is dead. But I can simply walk here, end my turn here, and then next turn come back down, load some programs, destroy the stuff in the CPU, right? Load attack, kill it, and then clean everything else out. I'll probably take down the APU as well. The unfortunate thing is my Cyber Knight is nowhere near my hacker, so I don't have Rewind to get an extra charge of null op back. That's going to be the one downside, is I got to do kind of everything manually now. It's not the end of the world, but it's, that little bit annoying. Anyway, we're fine like this. Again, IO is my limiter now, but I would have gotten less progress with worse programs, so I can't really complain. Okay, you're doing normal patrolling, so you're not hard investigating yet. I don't think, anyway. You get the trap, though, which is kind of nice. You are going that, which I kind of expected. You'll be hard to bypass. You're not going to easily die to just the pistol. Yep, you've been told to act. You're going around that way. Okay, fine. We know that you're doing that uselessly. Okay, you're on your patrol. And you're covering that side, and thankfully you walk in a Tox Cloud, which is great. So, yeah, none of them took the initiative to... So from what I understand, actually, guards will tend to not act off of just one sound of gunfire. That's what I've encountered, anyway. I'm allowed to walk here and duck, and I'm pretty sure I will not have any problems. I'm going to take that risk. If I'm wrong, I'm very sad, but I'm going to take that risk. Duck here into cover. This guy could definitely be scary. I've got to be, account for that. Okay, so the plan is going to be... Okay. So Atomic Stutter is 1 action point, and it stuns till the end of next turn. Now, the way the game actually handles turns for things like this is... So this basically means, right, stun somebody for 2 turns. But the game always makes sure it blocks 2 full turns of their actions, which means I get the rest of this turn for free. So I'm gonna double check where you're moving. Yeah, you're doing nothing special. We see more guards. That's fine though. You're going to get 17, which scares me. So I'm gonna Atomic Stutter you right now. So you're stunned. You're technically alert, but I'm getting a functional 3-turn stun. You're stunned for this turn, and again, your full 2 next sets of actions. And you're not going up this way. You might. I guess we'll have to see. But I'm going to try to kill this guy. I mean, I can even try to, like, let him be stunned. Run here and then run out. And if she's never spotted, all he gets to be is like, hey, I'm alert. I don't know, I was debuffed. And then we can try to leave. So I might try that out. We'll see how it goes. But you're done. Let's go get the Moment of Truth. And you're patrolling away. So we're totally fine here. Alright, Moment of Truth is fine. Good. Do we need to clear some other guys out, though? Let's see. What do I want to do right now? I think for now I can just sort of take loot, and it's fine. You're poisoned a bit. You're poisoned a bit. I think, yeah, we mostly just going to hide. Okay, not bad. Yeah, the problem is I don't have look ahead, and so I'm like really afraid what these guards might see. So I'm really tempted to run all of my troops just like into this room and hide with the hacker and just try to stealth this as much as I can. I think it's actually kind of the best play that we have, so I'm just going to run out into this room and just keep bypassing the guards for now because we don't need to kill them. The poisons don't raise any alarm on their own. We get a bunch of bounces with the line crawlers, but they're not that useful yet. We could try to get in to get this box, but it's not easy right now. You're on a patrol. You're still... Okay, you've moved down to hunting already. That's fine. You're waiting. So, yeah, you aren't going to hear footsteps ever because you're stunned. So, yeah, I'm going to run down, grab this box, and then run back. Okay, fine. And then, yeah, I'm going to be running toward this. And we already know your patrol route. So being up there on this ledge is totally safe. And then we're going to make it to this box. This box is going to be a little harder to reach, but I can still try with the CK. I do really want Rewind, but it's going to be harder to get to. Is what it is. You're stunned. We know what you're doing still. I can still bypass you. And you're just patrolling and being useless, and that's great. That's what I want. Yep, so you're walking closer to us. This is probably worth killing. He's like very much in the way. And allows us to get this loot box more easily as well. So yeah, plan is... take this first shot from cover. I can go SMG single target 3 times, which I think is actually the best version. It's going to leave my accuracy very, very high. And leaves me with several bullets left in the gun as well. So there's a guard down. I could have chosen to not shoot that last shot because he was going to take poison damage no matter what, but... this means I can... oh, shoot. I'm going to let us see a corpse. He likely sees the corpse? Yep, found the corpse. Okay. We got to deal with that. That was a mistake. So yeah, of course, he's going to try to investigate. He's going to hunt. He's choosing the right direction. Good for him. You're still unaware. Okay, how much of the hack can we complete? I don't want to load any programs here because I don't want this to wake up. So I'm going to walk over. I'm just going to load... this pops, I don't care. I'm going to load attack. I'm going to get rid of that. Now I can spike CPU. Now I'm going to load more programs here. Basically one of everything. Oh, right. I don't have the total memory to hold attack and everything else. So I've got to unload attack here. to make room for other programs. So I will need disarm, and I will get deception. And, oh, so APUs actually require you to kill everything as well. That's going to be way too difficult, so I'm not going to bother. So I'm just going to go and take loot and then leave. So damage to connection. Okay, any action relocate is annoying. Damage to connection can be handled. Download access. Okay, fine. I need a second trap production, but it's probably going to be something that's tame. So use a program, load a program. Okay, that's actually very unlucky. So, well, I'll disarm you, and I've actually got to go back and load 2 programs here. Oh, well. I've got to move all the way around like this. Actually, I don't have any IO left because I loaded attack. So this is actually a very, very wasted turn, which sucks. But I don't have a better choice here. I had to load attack to clean out the CPU, and I had nothing left. So really, really poor turn, but I've got, again, nothing else I can do. So turn is already over. Is what it is. All right, so Sprinkle. We have a couple options here, actually. So the shotgun is astronomically loud. I can just barely find a spot right here where this gun's noise radius of 39 meters is just barely not caught by... Well, yeah, I have to go out to, like, here. But if I get to there, you're at 40 meters, you're at 45, you're at 43. 3 shotgun shots is really likely to work. And if the first one misses, I can always use Nervotox Shell and get the stun. The stun is guaranteed even if you miss. So you can see me. Oh, shoot. I'm not an actual attack range. Okay, well, I can go to here and still get the same result. I wasn't thinking clearly. Yeah, I needed that 1 to be there. Alright, well, still, nothing has changed. Only you can hear me. This accuracy is very high. And so now, because we're guaranteed a glancing hit here because of the really high baseline accuracy of this gun, 78, and I have plus 6% from, he's got innate good accuracy on close quarters weapons. I think it's, does he not? I could have sworn he did. Yeah, he has this, yeah. So because he has this, he's just like guaranteed glancing hits here, and a glance would always kill. So we get to clean that up, which is nice. Goodbye to you. The rare case where a shotgun isn't too loud. We take those. We get more line crawler bounces. Looks like a guard may have been motivated to move. I could have sworn I saw someone over here. Oh no, it's just damage, I think. Yeah, you're just patrolling. There's no new information for the security AI. We've got to load the last of our programs. This should be enough to finally be done. Right over here. Download access. We don't need to do anything about program loading. And then, do I want to knock down these devices? And I think the answer is absolutely yes. So let's go ahead and make the move to... Okay, double active and a passive is very reasonable. Tally on action, damage to cyberdeck. I've got 20 shield still, so I'll take down Tally first and then take this down because I'm not going to lose health most likely. Block the remote controls, and then I'm just going to take them all down because it's going to be easier that way. Alright, we get a lot of space now. So we took our 2 sets of downloads. The AP is going to be way too hard to get without getting to get null up charges back, so it's not worth it. So I will disconnect, and that is a pretty good first host hacked. We're not too bad at security just yet, although it will eventually get worse. You're going on 10. I should wait until you actually have your turn. There's no reason to rush this. You're going to wake up at the end of this turn. I'll get spotted. Oh, okay, I got to be smart about my pathing then. Okay, we go to there. That's going to get around. And then we'll come down. And then I'll go this way and try to grab this loot here. CK is not the best solo stealth class here. Again, I really want the team buffs here. In fact, next turn, I would like to use Tactical Surge to hit my team with it. So, yeah, really not ideal, but whatever. I just wanted my Agent EX to be able to use the ability to smoke screen my team, although it could be used for solo, but also to use line crawler cleanly. Alright. You're patrolling up. You still won't find the bodies. But it's probably worth trying to kill you now. Well, yeah, we have a decent number of action points, so I think it's pretty playable. I think running up for a single shot and having the whole team help... Actually, no. I'm going to yield and see if the EX can solo this. So let's run you to here. I'll run you to here. 20 meters range. Accuracy is going to be not great. I'm 4 meters off, but it's not horrible. We'll see what it looks like, and then I might choose to do something different. Okay, accurate for now. Actually, I'm going to go full auto to like help guarantee the kill, while I have a surprise target for the bonus accuracy. Not quite a kill. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to get a little bit closer then. I think the recoil is less important than the direct accuracy bump from range. We miss, it's okay. I've got someone else here. Unfortunately, I can't get in range without waking someone else up. I could throw a Toxicite that would guarantee the kill. Okay, I'm going to do a yield. Upsell, you got one chance. One opportunity. If you go from here, she's a surprise target, because you haven't been spotted. So even though she's... literally 1 health. So even though she's alert, because he's hidden, she doesn't know he's there, hasn't clocked him. And so he gets the surprise target buff. And that's a guaranteed kill. So, yeah, it sucks that it wastes 2 action points instead of 1. But it guarantees the kill, and that's, I think, really worth it. Alright, doesn't... Okay, only slightly matters which corpse I go to kill, or dissolve first. I can actually eventually do both anyway. I can only do one right now, so... Let's spend the action points to get right there. Dissolve the corpse that times out first. Take a step forward. I'm not in danger of running out of the ability to grab this loot, I'm pretty sure. We get another guard. Okay, fine. No biggie. No new SenseNet data yet. But an escalation happens all the same because there's just enough tally from the 4 turns of tally and the Venom Trap being heard. So reinforcements are in a pretty inopportune spot. Not the worst, though. I'm mostly leaving the situation anyway. See, I have really no chance of hitting my team with Tac Surge. I will probably, as a result, save it. Like, getting a few more action points on my CK right now is not that big of a deal. Relative to trying to buff my team appropriately. Well, let me think. I don't think I'm realistically rejoining my team anytime soon. They're all going to run down and help the hacker out, so... But the problem is I really can't get past these guards. This is, like, probably too arduous. I'll throw down a look ahead to see what you're doing. I think he's mostly standing. Yeah, I think... oh, no, he's suspicious, right? I don't actually know what he's doing. I maybe could have waited and had him have his turn anyway, but... It's probably fine. Let's just end the turn here. I think it's okay. Again, maybe really should have gone for it, but whatever. Most of the guards are still on patrol. I'm going to try to bring the hacker down, but again, let's just wait. Let's have the guards have their turns. Yeah, it's going to be really awkward. There's no way I can really get through here with... Well, okay, he's not looking either, but... Okay, so you're fully alert. He is alert, he is advancing, he is angry. So there is a spotted guard here. Yeah, so I think he's running towards this character, or one of these two who are spotted. But he is in a full angry alert, like, combat state, right? He is ready to throw hands and shoot bullets. And has had visual confirmation on absolutely nobody. But, yeah, so I was pretty sure this was true about the game. I normally don't leave alerted units alive, but cool. This is like a level of confirmation where he is alert, and he is functionally map hacking toward characters who are spotted. For the most part, guards can't really share information, but this guy seems to be a little bit telepathic. I don't know if it's a bug or not, or just like a quirk of the AI system, but I had thought it worked this way, and it seems to pretty clearly work this way. Okay, so let's keep yielding though. Let's let more of these guards waste their turns. I think you're in a safe enough spot with no one else moving that I just want to get more information. New reinforcements come in. They're doing normal patrols. Cool, and they're even going the wrong way, which is great. So, plan is... You're not going to be in combat range for a while, so I'm not too worried about it. I think we can just kind of run forward and grab loot boxes on the EX. Actually, I'm going to... While I have downtime, I should reload. But I still do want to run him forward. The AI still can't know anything for a while, so I can... Like, I don't expect to be surprised by guards for a while. Right, like, we already know what his patrol path is, and it's turning left and right. And no one else is on this side of the map, really, so... I think we are safe to start making pretty aggressive moves here as a result. And the fact that there are very few kills is also helpful because it means, you know, fewer problems to run into. So this is not going to time out for a couple of turns. So I'm going to spend my effort getting to and back from this location. And then on the next turn, I'll finish dissolving. Because I'm not in an immediate rush here, right? So let's run to here, it's fine. You're too far away to deal damage. This body timer is not running out. We're not going to get an escalation that's going to make body timers time out any sooner. So I can take my time here and make sure I'm somewhere relatively safe. Okay. Well, my hidden Cybernite just, I think, really has no chance of going over there. Let's just kind of run down. I can wait one more turn and catch my entire team in attack surge, so I'm going to do so. I'm still not worried about you, realistically. But I do want to, make sure he doesn't, like, run up and catch onto me, because if he, I mean, he probably only gets to, like, here, but if he's standing there, he, like, might get line of sight of me leaving, so... Here, what I'm going to do is stop here for now. That should block any of the guard movements where there's no way I get seen, and I have the ability to still make some choices later on. And I still want to buff the rest of these guys with Tactical Surge, so yeah, I'm going to keep not using the ability. Still no new info from the AI. He's the one lone combat guy. Cool. Alright, well, no reason to delay. Let's just take our turns and get our free stuff. I think I'm a couple, yeah, I think I'm a couple turns away still from my hacker stuff being back available. One turn for hard shell and overclock, so I probably want to be a little bit cautious in how I approach the next couple of things, but for now it's okay. I can put you in cover. I shouldn't be worried about this too much. I will probably make delicate progress here. I'm not going to go too hard. So I don't want to take a bunch of escalations that deal cyberdeck damage. Relatively small host, and in fact I can bypass a lot of these nodes. I don't need the CPU for anything, and I can dodge the SPU. So it's going to be a relatively docile set of moves. And I have basically no IO at all, so I'm already like basically done. I get exactly scan and deception. Now, no matter what the passive ice here is, I can at least knock down the first thing. Blocking program loading is kind of annoying. It's not the end of the world. It might be blocking program loading there as well. If it is, I'll have to run all the way back, but 4 AP cost is fine. I have nothing but AP to spare as it is anyway, so I'm just going to stand here and be like, alright, you got me. And the next turn I'll just like load sleaze. Well, actually, yeah, spending 4 AP loading sleaze is better than moving down and moving back and getting a bunch of escalation for it. So, sure, slightly awkward turn, no big deal. Next turn, I load sleaze, cost me 4 AP. Turn this off, cost me 4 AP again, whatever. Load my programs, clean up a bunch of stuff. I might even be done hacking next turn, I guess we'll see. But, decent enough turn here. Nothing else I can do. I took my scans, I can't load any programs, I'm not going to move off. We're fine. You're patrolling. You're going to get out of the look ahead, so I can't skip you. And yeah, you're still hunting. And thankfully, I already... Okay, well. You're checking out the water. That's fine. Alright, I do want to dissolve this body still. Timer will run out relatively soon. That matters to me. I might send my EX back to knock this body timer down as well. That's going to be worth it in terms of blocking more escalation long term. This guy's obviously still on the run. He will never leave a combat state. I don't know why he ever would, so... That's fine. What I could do, though, actually... I'm gonna do another trial run here. So I'm gonna run down to here. I'm gonna throw Venom Trap and see if any guards get angry again. Alright, that time they didn't. I don't know if it was a radius thing, if it was like inheriting my shotgun noise radius, I have no idea. But I didn't shoot the gun, right? So, I don't know. Something was weird. Whatever. They have the bug report. It's fine. And the final guard gets to move. Yeah, pretty long turn, actually. But, yeah, I'm going to keep running. This guy looks like he's... Thanks to look ahead, I now know he's done hunting. He's going back to his post. This guy's obviously going to stay on a sprint, but he's not going to get line of sight on my Cybernite, so I'm not worried about that one. I'm still going to wait on Tactical Surge so I can hit more people. So, all they have is a generic +2 tally. Nothing special here at all. We are completely chilling. All right, straight line sprint. Tactical surge, I think, is probably worth it, actually. I'm going to say it's worth tactical surging here and making more forward progress. We'll have to kill him at some point, but I'm not in a rush. So bump the team, run forward. I'll wait to make sure you don't do anything weird. I don't know why you ever would, but let's just be ultra cautious for caution's sake. Yeah, this guy can't get a combat range. I'm just going to keep delaying and letting the guards all have their turns. Load this, take this down. I've already scanned. Grab anti-trap, go here. Download. Okay, fine. Scan. Another trap and passive. Oh, right, I need these. Download and exit. Okay, we'll do the exit at the end. Gotta do that, though. Okay, fine. 1 per action is a really good place to load your programs in, so let's go load everything here. Run over. This is damage to connection and connection use, in that order always. Double trap and a passive. Great, that's actually really clean. Exit, download. Okay, well, we're not going to exit the conventional way. And we're done. We got our 3 sets of downloads. I don't care about looking at the SPU. I have no reason to spike the CPU. We are done hacking. So, really successful turn, actually. I'm going to wait. Again, let these guards all have their turns, but we are basically ready to start running for the exit here. We'll grab the last loot box and go for the outro. And, in fact, this guard may never get in combat. We can just ditch. We might even get out at PL1, or security level 1. This body timer is... I'm not getting out during the next turn, I don't think. It's going to be too tight. I mean, we'll see, but I think it's unlikely. But yeah, these guys are useless. Their basic patrol is not anywhere very useful. And again, the AI has no new information, so it has nowhere to send them. They do not know we are here. We are maintaining perfect stealth. The one guy who is alert was stunned, never made visual confirmation, and is telepathic. I mean, this guy's like clearly telepathic, right? Like, so is what it is. Actually, I'm gonna report this here. So it's a little bit late, but hey, cool. So telepathic guard. A few turns late on this report, but here's what happened. 1, CK used atomic stutter on Natu. CK looted a box and ran away while he was still stunned. CK has been unseen the entire time. At some point, either before or during the stun, my EX and Scourge got spotted. 4. Atomic stutter. Stun ends on Natu. Natu is now in a full combat state and is sprinting directly for the spotted mercs. Probably. He's run straight at them every turn. My understanding is that Natu should never be able to know where these mercs were. They always killed the guards who saw them on the same turn that they were spotted. Alright. Might be bug, might be not, who knows, but either way. Let them know. And then once we get a little pop on the top right, we're going to be good to go and we can move on. But yeah, this guy is, of course, in a full combat state, which is, you know, fine. It's just a telepathy. Alright, cool. So, I assume these guys weren't spotted. It wouldn't really matter, but it does seem like these... Basically, it seems like the spotted status and the full combat status are just fully shared. And they get to be telepathic, which I don't really mind. I think combat would be really awkward if they, like... You know, could just never fire at anybody they didn't make visual confirmation on, but... it does look a little silly in those cases, but it's like a pretty specific case. Anyway, the goal is to get my team to the exit as soon as possible. One thing I could actually do, and I probably will do, is have the EX take a few steps back and drop this body timer. In fact, I even may throw Toxic Cloud from the Scourge, I'm not sure. Oh, I could have also gone for Rewind on this guy and had him drop the body that way. But it's too late for that now, of course. We've got to make forward progress. I think I'm going to Toxic Cloud behind as well to keep slowing him down. I think the 1 AP is not a big price. It will run towards him. It'll eventually catch him. I think that'll be worth it. So I'm going to go to here. And one thing I'm actually worried, or considering doing as well, is allowing us to skip one of these 2 guards by using Brainworm. Now, the timing is still going to be tight. I think ultimately I prefer this box over 1 extra security level, since the secondary objective is sec level 5. But what I'd like to do, ideally, is... I mean, basically, I can't realistically, drop both these guys. I can Brainworm 1, maybe, but he's going to, start shooting this guy. They're going to hear gunfire. He's going to get angsty. It's not great. We can try to shotgun stun him. We can, shotgun stun him, kill him with the other weaponry, turn this camera off with someone's abilities, and, that'll be acceptable. Can we even get that kill on time? With the amount of AP I have, I think it's kind of unlikely. So, I think the best play I have is basically crouch forward, get what forward progress I can. Really, it's going to be, I have to stop here, and just be okay with that. He has a good initiative roll. That kind of scares me, actually. I'm going to stay hidden here, because I really don't want to get caught out. I know this guy's useless, but this guy is potentially a threat. So you're going to stay there. Yeah, no other special lever, that's fine. Upsell can start running in a straight line. Gotta make sure I don't get heard, so I'm going to go here and then duck. This guy probably turns around next turn. I just don't remember his actual patrol route. But he probably turns away. But decent progress there. Then you have actual, movement abilities. Now, the problem is, if we kill you, you're going to hear it. So, I think, right, what I said I was going to do is run over here and spoof this body timer with Signal Grift. So, no body timer helps. But as this guy sprints forward, he can still report the body. But the hope is that we're going to be long gone by then. That will be far enough away that we can, try to end on the turn that he would report. That's not a guarantee, but it's what I'm hoping to have happen. Alright. We've advanced. I don't believe he's going to do anything too spicy. If he does, we're in a really bad spot. And the mission's going to go really poorly. Out of nowhere. These guys stay spotted because someone's, in combat, basically. I'm pretty sure is the logic here. He is running. He is Toxic Clouded. He is Venom Trapped. He will take a lot of damage every turn. I don't think he quite dies to just that, but he's going to get kind of low. Yeah, 315. He won't quite die. He's going to take 300 damage only. But we're still staying out of range for now. I'm going to let this guy act. Yep, he's patrolling, and he's patrolling. Ooh, I'm so glad I stood behind that, because he would have gotten seen. You're going at 14. My entire team almost goes before you. I want to at least turn this camera off. You definitely can't see the body anymore. I think enough of my team is going that we're going to be fine. I'm not going to bother waiting for the EX's turn. I don't think it's needed. Decent damage. The 1.5x health modifier obviously makes them take a bit longer to down, but this really shouldn't be a big problem overall. I'm going to try to leave... Okay, it looks like I'm allowed to run there without getting spotted, which is nice. That thing blocks just line of sight super well. So what I'm going to try to do is go to here, take a sword swipe. Well, yeah, we'll do it from here. There we go. Go to here, take a sword swipe. And then try to delay my turn so that I can rewind him and go for a dissolve. So we'll take Power Slays because I'm probably not going to be in combat anymore. Down you go. I can now do a yield. I'm going to have you... Yeah, basically run in mostly a straight line, but I'm going to put Rewind down. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There you go. And that way he's going to be allowed to dissolve the corpse. And that keeps the guards from knowing anything else. So there's dissolve. Your turn is done. This guard is hopefully not a big problem for me. I don't think he will be. Again, none of the AI knows anything. There is one report of gunfire, which... I think was a bug. And this guy is chasing us to the ends of the earth, but it's going to be fine. So I guess you're my best runner, so we're going to have you run. To be safe, I can throw down 0 AP smokescreen and just make sure I don't get caught out, but this guy's going on 11, so I'm not worried at all. And you're far enough away, and I believe movement speed debuffed. Let me double check this. Minus 15% move speed from Toxcloud, minus 25 from Venom Trap. Yeah, he's not going very far, and minus 1 move point. Yeah, he's going like well under half the normal distance. Again, with you being at 11, I don't need a smokescreen. I'm not going to get caught. Actually, it's possible, but I can change initiative with my Cyber Knight. It'll be okay. He takes his 150. No new reports still. Looks like the hack is done and things turned back on. That's fine. We're already gone. I'm going to re-up the debuff on the camera. Make sure it stays gone. My entire team is indeed going before the only guard that matters to me. I mean, this guy is just... There's no way he can reach me, right? Like, there's just no way. I guess I could try to be really, really safe and say, here, let's just make sure you get out. I don't really think it's needed, but I don't think it's wrong to be incredibly safe. And I think we can just evac him. I don't think I need him around anymore. He is spotted, so this actually is a little beneficial to, like, you know, get him off of the AI's radar. And he's prioritizing cover. I mean, again, he's not going to do anything. We're faster than him, and he has, like, no action points and no move speed. Alright, you've already dissolved. We're not going to try to wake that guy up and do anything spicy here. I do have Toxcloud back, which I could throw down again. Which seems kind of funny to me, and I'm going to do it just because I can. And I think I can evac you as well. I don't think there's anything we need from you. Sadly, I don't get out during this turn. I mean, if I chose to not get this box, I could do it. But I'm choosing to get +1 escalation, but get a box as a result. To me, that's worth it. Because yeah, I could make it if I wanted to, but we'll take the escalation. We'll get the box. We should be fine. So 2 AP forward. Okay, 1k and a decent. I think that's a sword grip. So it'll be a weapon mod for a melee weapon. We'll stay on its smoke to be safe. Now I'm invincible. We get our escalation. I think even that escalation was unfair because, again, I think it was because of the Venom Trap making noise when it shouldn't have. But we got what we wanted. EX should be safe no matter what here. He gets his second Supremacy buff in 10 turns. Not bad. No, yeah. We only had to kill, what, 4 total guards? We dealt with basically all the bodies. We did have to skip 1 box. It's not the end of the world. But we cleared out 2 hosts. And I'll double check that the hosts were actually worth 45k, but I'm pretty sure they were. And this guy's going to die now to the Toxcloud. But nice, we managed to give the guards the slip. And get paid pretty well. So out we go. We got our 82 or whatever K from the sec level, which is great. Don't want to overstay our welcome. Welcome, we're in the clear. Great. Great, great, great. How did we do? We can check what we've got. A bunch of the crew leveled up. Decent XP. Joe got a bit of stuff. So yeah, we got... we can double check what all the accounts were worth, but these commons going to be worth like 3k. This legendary is going to be worth 20... Well, the 20 influence is the big part. 20 influence are probably like 20, 30k. And then these are probably going to add up to, you know, more than 40k total by the end of it all. So we definitely got more than we paid for the Matrix Snoop, and the peace of mind of it just being clean and being faster is worth it to me. Otherwise, you know, decent assortment of drugs and whatnot, and a decent number of weapon mods. Again, we get our payment. Okay, fine. Cool. Double check how Origami Joe is doing. I scrolled past him. I'm griefing. Up to 60. Great. One more mission, and we can use Puppet Master to get a... Yeah, so next time Co-Conspirator is up and Puppet Master is up, well, actually, I'll probably pop Co-Conspirator right away. I just won't take the dialogue until Puppet Master is up, and then Origami Joe is guaranteed to limit break because he's going to get easily more than plus 20 for the mission. And then we get to bump to level 4 street guns. I think it'll cap out most of his services, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, should be a positive overall. Alright, so I'm going to end it here. We will deal with the bodyguard mission and talking with Dade around the family problem in the next episode. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.